Namaste. Today I'm planning to bring a review of all my favorite sock knitting crocheting tools. Um, Here you will see a variety of tools that I love to use when I knit or crochet my own socks with my hand-dyed yarn. If you've seen my sock tutorial videos that I have posted previously on my channel, you will see that I have outlined a method of how you can knit or crochet your own sorry, it's not crochet, it's only knit. So I've outlined a method of how I knit my own socks, and I calculate all the measurements, and if you follow that method you will be able to create or knit your own custom socks. So here are the various tools that will help you during that process. This is a gauge ruler by Ann Budd, and it's available from annbud.com. And what it has is, let me grab a white piece of paper to show you, or you can see it from here. So what it has is a bunch of knit stitches in color black and a bunch of knit stitches in the color white, and it has various gauges to an inch on this ruler. So all you need to do is grab your knitting and place these stitches over your knitting and see where they align, on which gauge do they align, and wherever they align, either black or white. She's given you two colors, so if you're using a dark color it'll be easier to use the white stitches, and if you're using a dark light color of yarn, it'll be easier to use the black stitches. So it's a very genius product, I think, and what you need to do is just align your stitches, and wherever they align perfectly, that is your gauge for the project. So as I have said in my tutorials, you can use any yarn to make your own socks, and this will be helpful to find your gauge while you're calculating your stitches for your own custom socks. The second ruler that I have here is what was it called? It was called the sock ruler, and it's from sockruler.com. sockruler.com, and what it is a plastic ruler, and it has all these measurements in centimeters as well as in inches. And what you need to do is, while you're making your toe up socks or your cuff down, I have not put out a video for a cuff down socks yet, but I will do it in the near future. So you just need to measure it as per my tutorial. I tell you to knit to a certain measurement for the foot, and then you have to place your stitches for the heel, and this will help you determine how much length you want for your socks. And the same concept is this one, and this one I love because it is so big, and it's called the Mega Sockies, and it's by Etsy shop called Burning Impressions 2.etsy.com. I'll place all the information in my video description below. So what she has done is, it's essentially the same thing as this plastic ruler, but she has done a bunch of other notations on this, and it's quite big. So you just need this one ruler for the biggest socks that you need to make ever, which is for men. So she has a bunch of notations here for how much you need to knit for babies, and then big kids, and women, and then his, hers, and that's what will help you determine how much you need to knit. It's essentially the same thing, and I'll show you in a minute how to use them. The other lovely thing that she makes, by she I mean Megan, who is the owner of Burning Impressions 2.etsy.com. Her name is Megan Tilitsky, and I hope, Megan, I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I love your tools, and that is why I've decided to review them in my favorite sock knitting tools knitting and crochet. So this is a cute sock ruler gauge. Uh, what it does is you can wrap around this part for 2 inches and see how many wraps per inch you have, and this is good for your handspun yarn or any yarn which you do not know the thickness of or the weight of. So any yarn, wrap around here, get the number of wraps per inch, and just Google on internet how many wraps per inch you have, and it will throw up a result for what weight of yarn that is, and then it will be easier for you to calculate. And here she has put in a number of holes for your knitting needles, so you will know what size of knitting needles you will be using from the wraps per inch that you calculate from this part. And what she's done here, she's done the millimeter needle sizes as well as the US needle sizes, so it's easier for you. This is, I think, one of my favorites. So if you have followed the very popular fish lips kiss heel pattern, she gives you, the designer gives you, I think it's from Socks Therapist, SOXTHERAPIST. So she gives you a bunch of guidelines. It's a 16-page pattern, but it's very detailed, and you will get all the information you need to knit socks. So what she tells you is a bunch of things you need to do to find your toe line and your hinge line, and then what basically you need to do is make a mark of your foot, and that's what I've done for my husband and for myself. And this was out of cardboard, and every time I used it, you see it bends so easily, and it's gone so flimsy now. So what Megan from Burning Impressions 2.etsy.com did, she actually does it as a product, that if you send her a picture of your mock foot size and all your measurements on it, she can create the exact same thing on wood, and she'll put your name on it so you don't get confused, which I have obviously taped out because of privacy reasons. My husband doesn't want his name getting out anyways. So basically what she's done is just copied these and created these for me, and I love these because they're exactly what my foot is shaped like, and whenever I'm trying out new socks designs, I can obviously see how they will fit on my foot or my husband's foot. I have not made it for my son yet because he's still growing, and when he's like his foot won't grow anymore, I'll probably make one for him, but who knows, that's a long time. And this is the best if you're doing cuff down socks. Here is a keychain for you, or you can use it as a marker, or you can just attach it to your project bag, and she has all the instructions of doing the Kitchener stitch on this little gadget, and I'm sure it's going to be very helpful to a lot of folks who have trouble remembering how to do the Kitchener stitch when they're doing cuff down socks. Well, right now I'm only doing toe up socks, so it doesn't it's not really essential for me, but I do know the Kitchener stitch on my own. But this is a really good gadget if I need to just take a glance and take a peek if I'm remembering it right or not. So here are all my favorite tools. This is the last one that she sent me, and this is like a general gauge ruler and a needle gauge for all kinds of knitting or crochet that you can do. And this little indent is again the wraps per inch for your handspun yarn. So you find out your wraps per inch in 2 inches, and then you find out what weight of yarn you're using, and then accordingly you will measure your gauge. And here are again the same things here. She's given the US sizes for needles and the millimeter sizes. And here you can see her shop. You can easily reach her through burningimpressions2.etsy.com. That's a easy way to remember Etsy URLs. So that's all the tools, and now I'm going to briefly show you how to use the sock rulers. So as I have noted in my videos, tutorials of toe-up socks, custom toe-up socks, you will need at a point to figure out how many stitches you need. So it's easy. You just knit till about here. Sorry, there's no light. All right, so you just knit to about wherever you've made increases, and you just place your ruler on the stitches, and it'll be very difficult to see, but I'll try to show. So I'll try to line up wherever these stitches perfectly line up, and this is obviously not it. Let's see a smaller gauge. Let's see if I can put on the light and it'll show up better. All right, let's try that again. So I'm trying to align my stitches. Let me do it this way. Okay, so I'm trying to align my stitches here, and I see that these are lining perfectly. So that's my gauge, and that gauge is 8.5 stitches to an inch, and that's my gauge for my socks that I'm knitting right now. And if you're wondering what this yarn is, it is my own self-striping hand-dyed yarn. And if you visit my Etsy shop, krityumhandmade.etsy.com, you will see that I have now started dyeing self-striping yarns. This was my very first one. The color sequence I like, but the thickness I don't, so I have changed the thickness for this colorway, and this one is called Perry. So I have to knit up again, I have to dye up another sample for this one, and then I'll put it up in the shop. But I have several others, including a watermelon one and a very special St. Patrick's Day colorway, which is limited edition, and it'll be only available till St. Patrick's Day of this year. And that is Clover. It's also self-striping yarn, and if you visit my shop, you will see it in the first couple of listings that I have up there. So basically now let's go to use these rulers. So basically this ruler and this one will do the same thing. You just put in your socks that you're knitting from the toe up. If you're doing cuff down, it will come obviously here when you start knitting the heel. After your heel, you'll measure how much you need to knit. But yeah, this is toe up, so I'm showing you toe up for now. So I just put in my socks, and I go, and I know that I need to knit till I am 7 inches, so I will be knitting till here, and then I will be putting in my heel waist yarn for the heel. Or if I plan to do fish lips case heel, then I just start my short rows from there. Sorry, the fish lips case heel shaping from there. So that's how you use this one. And I am at 3 inches right now. The same thing here. I'm at 3 inches, as you can see. I'm at 3 inches here. And I need to go till here before I start my heel shaping. And that's how you will find that these tools will help you while you're knitting or crocheting your socks. I'll be putting up some more videos this year for how to crochet socks, how to make various styles of socks, cuff down socks, and maybe different heels, but they're down the line. I'm also planning on various other tutorial videos, including hand warmers, hats, and so on. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I see that I am over 500 subscribers at this moment, and that's really exciting for me. And thank you all so much who've already subscribed to my channel. I will be I will have a new video for you soon, and till then, namaste.